I will. Yes. I think there's. Oh. I give up. I really do. Page 10. Page 10, the words mean how good it is to dwell together.
Hine ma tovu manayim Shevet achim gam yachad 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 Hine ma tovu manayim Shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome into our space, our sanctuary, as we bring Shabbat in. It's been another heavy week in our world, in Israel, and it's good to take a look outside. It's springtime. The sun is beginning to set. Good to pause in our week, end our week together, maybe take a breath and slow down a little bit. And not only do we get to celebrate Shabbat, we get to celebrate Annabelle Feldman, who will be called to the Torah tomorrow morning as a bat mitzvah. Welcome to your family. We're so glad you're here. For those of Beth David who don't know, I've pretty much known Annabelle since you were born. So welcome those joining us from home as well. And we're just going to ease into Shabbat a little more, staying on pages 10 and 11. The bottom of page 11, when I keep Shabbat, God keeps me. Shabbat is a sign between our covenant with us and God, our covenant in community, and we'll join together.
Yai, dai, yai, dai, dai. Yai, dai, dai, dai. Yai, dai, yai, dai, dai. Yai, dai, dai, dai. That part's easy, right? With the words, same words. Now try this. Yai, dai, yai, dai, dai. Yai, dai, dai, dai. Yai, dai, 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 dai. Yai, dai, dai, dai. We have something for everyone this Shabbat, so if you're in low, alto, or bass, you can try this. Yai, dai, yai, dai, dai. Yai, dai, dai, dai. Yai, dai, 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 dai. Yai, dai, dai, dai. And the cool thing is you can sing any one of those three parts. It doesn't matter. They all go over each other. Yishmera Shabbat El Yishmereni Oti Le'olmeyan Beno Veni Yai Lai Yai Lai Lai Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai Lai Yai Lai Lai Yai Lai 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 Yai Lai 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 Ki Yeshmera Shabbat El Yishmereni Oti Le'olmeyan Beno Veni Yai Lai Yai Lai Lai Yai Lai Lai Lai
And it is an honor to invite Annabelle, along with her two grandmothers, Linda Feldman and Sherry Kivo, to join us on the Bima to bless our Shabbat candles. We are on pages 2 and 3.
Candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Yeah, well, there's no candles. shaky when you. Be careful. Yeah. Get it from the. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Let's sing it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
And we're going to turn to page 20 as we join in Lecha Dodi, and we'll join in verses 1, 2, 5, and 9 as we bring in, welcome in the Sabbath bride. And on that last verse, we can rise, face the doors to bring in Shabbat. Page 20. Whatever you put.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmiyanu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki mekor haberacha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Hitoreri, Ki ba'orech u'miori, Uri, shir daberi, Kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, Gam besimcha uvetzola, Toch emunei am segula. Boi chala. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. And we'll remain standing and turn to page 26 for Chatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon uv'yom echon, uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael, Bagala
ובזמן קריב.
Amen.
יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם עולם מעמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשא בריחו. לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה, ויאמרו Amen. We remain standing for our call to prayer, page 28.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai, yai lai lai lai. Yai yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai.
Arechu et Adonai Amevorach.
Baruch Adonai Amevorach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Amevorach leolam va'ed. Let's join together our blessing for creation on the top of page 31. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. We'll continue on page 32 as we sing of God's love for us.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Otanu limadeta Akein Adonai Eloheinu b'shochtenu Kumenu nasiach b'chukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha V'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed Ki hem chayenu Ve'orech yameinu Uvahem nege yomam v'layla Nege yomam v'layla Ve'ahavatcha atasir Yimenu le'olamin Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Elohim
Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch
Shem
Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. And as you are seated, we're going to invite Annabelle to lead us in the words of Ve'ahavta, words from Torah on page 36.
Nice. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Amen. Nicely done. And let's read together in the English. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God. I know, Charlotte, I'm wondering, can you hold your Torah up high? Because that's what that prayer was all about, teaching Torah to the next generation. We're going to join in our Song of the Sea, our Song for Freedom, page 38, page 40. And we're going to add the words of Micha Mocha to the same nigun, the same melody that we started our service with.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, Yorah tehilot osef elenu, Yorah tehilot osef elenu, malechutecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam, lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ay, ze'eli anu ve'ameru, Adonai Yimloch Leolam Vaed. Yalai, lalai, lai, yalalai, yalalai, yalai, lalai, lai, yalalai, lalai. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lalai, yai, lai, lai, yalai. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lalai, yai, yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, lai, yalai, lalai, lai, yalai, lalai, lai, yalai, lalai, lai, yalalai, yalalai, yalai, lalai, lai, yalalai, yalalai, yalai, lalai, lai, yalalai, lalai, yai, lai, lai, yai, lalai, yai, lai, lai, yalalai, yai, lai, lai, yai, lalai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, lai, yalai, lai, 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 yalai, lai, 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 yalai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai.
ונאמר כי פד אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל Israel. And we'll continue with our prayer for the evening, Hashkivenu, on page 42, as we pray that we may lie down with rest ahead and wake up to life renewed. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Ushmot tzedkenu, uvoyenu, lechaim ushalom, ne'ata ve'Adonai.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom,
Hamidenu shomreinu lechaim.
Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, over all people, and over Jerusalem. Continue as we celebrate Shabbat with Vishamru, page 44. Vishamru v'nei Israel et ha-Shabbat. La'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam. Berit olam b'ni uvein b'nei Israel oti le'olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha vayinafa shavat, shavat vayinafash. Shavat, shavat vayinafash. Shavat, shavat vayinafash. We're going to move into our tefillah, the central prayer of our service, which will begin together, and we'll pause for some silent prayer as well to offer the prayers from our hearts. Not sure how we're doing with melodies being similar here as New Jersey, so
We can do Springsteen if you need.
prayers from our heart, pick any melody you'd like. We rise in body or in spirit, page 46.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'Konei Hakol, Ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atarav loshia. Marid hatal, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umidom elach, Melech minit umechayeh, Umatzliach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah le'achayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kdoshim b'chol yom yahalelu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai,
Ha'el HaKadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Take a few moments for silent prayer and feel free to be seated when you are ready. come back together on page 62. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer.
Yehi uleratzonim refim refi vegon libi lefanecha Yehi uleratzonim refim refi vegon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri vegoali Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri vegoali Yehiu leratzonim refim refi vegon libi lefanecha Yehiu leratzonim refim refi vegon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri vegoali Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri vegoali leratzonim refim refi vegon libi lefanecha Yehiu leratzonim refim refi vegon libi lefanecha. We'll turn now to page 253 as we take this moment in our service to pray for loved ones who are ill. We are especially thinking of these members of our families and temple community: Colin Monroe, Enrico Mascaro, Benjamin Horowitz, Mateo Goldman, Essia Rushovskaya, Eileen Arnone, Jean Sands, Tom Fiorino, Jerry Spingarn, Beth Gottlieb, Joseph Sands, Ethel Sharanow, Rhea Rebecca, Peter Lawrence, Sarah Bat David Veyosefia, Rosalind Slifka, Peggy Monroe, Shayna Mannheimer, Dorothy Lewis, Linda Wilson, Zusha son of Anika Ahuva, Squirt, Ray Burton, Aharon Roni son of Ruchama, Ian Wellens, Margaret S.G., Mark Passman, Maureen Morgan, Yehonatan son of Shoshana and Abraham. If there are other names that you would like to mention in our community, you may do so. Mishaberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. I am wondering if any of you have ever spent time in a cave. Please share with us what cave and for how long, if you remember. Somewhere in Virginia, a cave in Virginia. How long were you in it for? An hour. All right. Anyone else spent time in a cave? Carlsbad Cave. Yes, in New Mexico. Okay. Maybe in New Mexico, was it a little drier at least? Caves can be pretty clammy. All right, who else? Let's get a few more, yes? In Hawaii. And about how long? About how long? Most of us, just visit caves, right? Just to see it. All right, anyone else? Bonnie, was that a hand? Bermuda, okay. Yes? In Israel. Where in Israel? Possibly in the north, Rosh Hanikra. There are a lot of caves up there. They're beautiful. Yes. Yes, I've been in those caves too, so very tight space, dark. You're kind of waiting to get some air and light. Yes. Very squishy. Yes. Anyone else spent time in a cave? Yes. Wisconsin. So anyone spend more than an hour in a cave? Paige, yes. Virginia. Wow. In case you missed that, Paige said it was unpleasant to spend 5 to 6 hours in a cave. So did you know that there's a whole series of Jewish cave stories? So I'm going to tell you one tonight before we get to the cave story, our Torah portion and more, which we are going to hear about tomorrow morning from Annabelle. And I have to say, Annabelle chose the more challenging part of this Torah portion to talk about. So with our inclusion committee chairs here, Connie and Bonnie, I suggest you come back tomorrow morning for a strong message about inclusion. The nicer, or perhaps easier part of our Torah portion has to do with the Jewish holidays. This Torah portion and more talks about Yom Kippur, the pilgrimage holidays of Pesach, Shavuot, and Sukkot, and of course, Shabbat. Our Torah portion repeats over and over again, multiple times, how important it is to celebrate these holidays in their season together in community. For the pilgrimage festivals, as we know, people would actually leave their homes, walk toward the temple in Jerusalem in order to celebrate the festival together. While most of us don't trek to Jerusalem anymore, perhaps we're more familiar with all of our holidays gathering together with family, or perhaps driving here to Temple Beth David. But what about times when we as a Jewish people could not celebrate together or could not gather together? We, of course, remember more recently the COVID years and other times of danger. This time of the year, as we know, is called the Omer. In a few minutes, we're going to be counting our Omer. And in Jewish history, as I've shared before, this was a time of danger for the Jews, time of fighting. And in this time period, in between two holidays, Passover and Shavuot, The Talmud recounts several famous stories of rabbis who went to extreme measures during this time of fighting when they couldn't study Torah, they couldn't practice Judaism. Some extreme stories of rabbis, what they did to preserve Jewish learning and practice. One of the most noted stories about rabbis in caves is Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. People even visit his grave on Lag BaOmer, the middle of the Omer, because he was known to have died on the Omer. So the Talmud recounts this story about Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. When the Romans forbid Jewish study and holidays, Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai took his son Rabbi Elazar and went and hid in a cave. And a miracle occurred outside that cave. A carob tree was created for them so they could eat, as well as a spring of water so they could drink. They would remove their clothes so that they would not be tattered and sit covered in sand up to their necks. They would study Torah all day in that manner. At the time of prayer, they would dress, cover themselves up, and pray. They sat in that cave for 12 years. Now Elijah the prophet came after 12 years and stood at the entrance of the cave and said, "Who will tell Shimon bar Yochai that the Roman emperor has died and that his decree has ended?" Of course, Elijah was there to tell them. So after 12 years, they emerged from the cave and they started to walk around, and they saw that people were plowing and sowing. And Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai said, "These people have abandoned the study of Torah and are just engaging in these mundane acts of life like plowing and sowing." And everywhere that Rabbi Shimon and his son Rabbi Elazar looked, immediately burst into flames. Now a divine voice emerged and said to them, "Did you emerge from the cave in order to destroy my world? Return to your cave." They again went, and this time they sat there for 12 months. After 12 months, Elijah appeared again. They had fulfilled their punishment and said, "Emerge from your cave." And they emerged. And as they started to look around, everywhere that Rabbi Elazar looked, again things would burst into flames. But this time, wherever Rabbi Shimon, the father, looked, the land would heal. Now they kept walking in this manner, and it was the eve of Shabbat, and it was growing dark, and they saw an elderly man hurrying home with 2 bunches of myrtle in his hand. They asked him, "Why do you have 2 bunches of myrtle?" He said, "I brought them to honor the Sabbath and to enjoy their scent." "Why 2?" they said. "Isn't 1 enough?" And he said, "One is to remember the commandment in the Torah to keep Shabbat, and the other is to acknowledge the commandment in the Torah to remember Shabbat." And Rabbi Shimon turned to his son Elazar and said, "See, all of these people walking about, they've studied their Torah too. Look how important all of these mitzvot are to them." And their minds were put at ease. And the 2 of them rejoiced that they had found this man, and they went on to greet everyone else as they went home to prepare for Shabbat, and everywhere they looked, there was healing. So this is our story from the Talmud, one Jewish cave story. And the message really is that while Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai hid in this cave, and he was known to become this great Torah scholar, he was even known to author the Zohar, the book of Kabbalah, while he was in that cave. But emerging from the cave and judging others did not make God happy. So the divine voice in this story reminds us that really, if possible, we should not remove ourselves from community. Rather, we should join with it, engage in prayer, in study, in celebration, in bat mitzvah, and most importantly, coming out of our caves, looking at the world around us, and using our bodies, our minds, our souls to heal. In our sacred moments, we are urged to leave our caves of comfort and gather with others. How blessed are we that we get to celebrate our days and seasons together in their appointed time. Shabbat Shalom. For more Jewish cave stories, I do invite you to check out the Talmud. Speaking of celebration, our Shabbat is going to continue tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Our Layla Minyan will be in the library. 10:30 here in our sanctuary, we will celebrate Annabelle leading us in prayer, chanting Torah, teaching us words of Torah, and as you can see for tonight, it's going to be quite the service. As I like to say, better to forget your binder Shabbat evening. We'll have it in the morning. We're going to be good to go. Thank you so much to the Feldman family for sponsoring our Oneg this evening. We're so glad to celebrate with you. The rest of the Citron family will be here tomorrow morning as well. This Sunday morning is our last day of our Shorashim Religious School. 9:30 in the morning, we will be here, standing room only, for our opening prayers. Our new director of congregational learning, Naftali Hirsch, will be with us here at 9:30 in the morning. You're welcome to come meet him, say hello, and then at the end of the morning, 11 o'clock, we're going to be back in the sanctuary for some closing festivities. We're going to be celebrating Ariana, our director of education, and again, the community is welcome to join at 11:30. We're going to have some treats and a DJ for everyone. So lots to celebrate. Please read your weekly shofar for everything else. Next Shabbat evening, we have another bar mitzvah. We've got a baby naming. So much to celebrate here at Beth David. And I am going to be sending out a note about this, but just to let you all know, I am going to be completely off email and phone from Monday to Thursday because I'm going on a meditation retreat. So I'm not going to be responding to you. There's going to be other ways to get through to Temple staff. And I will be sharing that experience with all of you when I return. It is something new for me. So if you come next Friday, we're going to be meditating the whole time. No, I'm just joking. We're not going to do that. Maybe a little. All right. Thank you so much again to our ushers and greeters for welcoming us in tonight. Again, we're just asking every Temple member to please volunteer once. We rely on all of you. Thank you, Tim, on our live stream. We're going to move into our we're going to count the Omer and then move into our concluding blessings. Rabbi Micah, would you lead us in the blessing on page 278? And I will turn our stone.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer hayom 25 yom shehem 3 shavuot v'arba'a yamim la'omer. Today is the 25th day of the Omer, which is 3 weeks and 4 days. 25th day. Always a good idea to check my math.
Amen. If you have not seen our Omer calendar here at Beth David, you're welcome to check it out. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit, page 282 for Aleinu L'Shabeach. Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol
L'Tekiru L'Yotzer Breshit Shelo Asanu Kigoye Ha'aratzot Velo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem vegoralenu kechol hamonam v'anachnu kor'im umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'ne'emar V'haya Adonai L'melech al kol ha'aretz Bayom hahu Yeh Adonai echad Ushemo
If you are able, we remain standing and turn to page 294 for Mourner's Kaddish. At times when rabbis have passed away, I've taken a moment before Kaddish to just share. So perhaps not as famous as Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai in the Talmud. Rabbi Mindy Portnoy passed away yesterday. She is probably most known for authoring Ima on the Bima. My mommy is a rabbi. So this came out in the early 80s, written by one of the first female rabbis. She wrote it in the voice of her young daughter. And I just thought I would share a couple pages. I call my mommy Ima. That means mommy in Hebrew. Other people call her rabbi. That is her job. Ima wears a little hat called a kippah. It has lots of pretty colors. I have a kippah too. At services and weddings, Ima wears a special shawl called a talit. She says a blessing before she puts it on. Ima has an office in the synagogue. She goes there every day. Sometimes I go too. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. After services, everyone comes up to Ima. They all say Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi, I say, Shabbat Shalom, Ima, and give her a big kiss. Sometimes Ima's job doesn't make sense. Jewish people aren't supposed to work on Shabbat and the Jewish holidays too. But rabbis have to. We actually own this at the Temple Beth David Library if you want to take a look. We are also remembering members of our temple community and family who've passed away in recent weeks. We are remembering Ida Kublin, the grandmother of Ivy and Greg Shantz, great-grandmother of Kara, Riley, and Sydney for the second week, and we are remembering the fourth week for Jeffrey Feldman, father of Bradley, father-in-law of Heidi, and grandmother of Annabelle, for your whole family. We are remembering these loved ones whose yahrzeit, whose anniversary of death occurred this week. Arthur Berger, Max Blumenthal, Marlene Breyer, Louis Brody, Herbert Brofsky, Florence Chernman, Harry Cohen, Gertrude Frank, Francis Garfinkel, Harriet Gilman, Dan Glasgow, Murray Hoffman, Archie Kaufman, Doris Lukoff, Arnold Miller, Tilly Rodman, Emery Schoen, Rose Asher Shoki, Marilyn Stone, Harris I. Tarlin, David Wexler. If there are other names you are remembering, you may share them with us. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam ulamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudsha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be a blessing. You can keep your finger on that page. We're going to turn back to page 5 as Annabelle leads us in the blessing of Kiddush. And when we get to Motzi, we're going to invite any other kids up as well. All right, we're coming all the way up here, Annabelle.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shabbat kodsho ve'ahava uvratzon himay lanu zikaron l'aseh v'reishit ki yom tahillah l'mikweh kodesh Sefer Ziot Mitzrayim Kivanu Aharta V'yotanu Kidashta Mikmohamim V'Shabbat Kodshacha Ve'ahava uvratzon V'chaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat L'chaim. Oh wait. L'chaim.
L'chaim. As I said, we're going to have fun tomorrow. Come on over here and anyone who's not yet become bar bat mitzvah, you're welcome to join us on the bima, and especially if you have red hair apparently. So, you guys gonna come up? Gotta get your cousins to come up. Here you can. Oh, it is. Are you can put the cup down. Yes. Are your cousins coming? Are cousins coming? Yes. Okay. All right. Annabelle, why don't you? Yes, you can hold that up. Okay. Okay. You get to lead us. Yes.
Oh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz Shabbat shalom. Bread.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Shabbat shalom. We are going to end with those words of peace. Oseh shalom. We will bring the challah out for everyone. Nicely done.
Oseh shalom v'romav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Shabbat shalom. Yeah, I told Yona